Gamer Dude 2088, and we're back for another Skylanders Ring of Heroes video. And today, kind of want to talk about some tips, those little things. We already covered, the quest and the importance of doing that stuff. But after you didn't get so far into it, you kind of hit a few little walls, some roadblocks. You got to level up and get stronger so you can come back and complete them. So when you hit those roadblocks, really, what are you even doing now? What do you supposed to farm? Where do you supposed to farm? What are you working on? So let's talk about that right now. The first thing we want to go into is your core team, which will be, 3 units pretty much, but we'll say about 6 units or so, maybe max, because you need 6 of them for the Mirage Tower. You got your first team and then your second team, but we'll just say your three main ones. Probably the 5-star the free 5-star that you had received from summoning, and 2 other units. That's pretty much the way I see it. I see it personally, because it's no fun if you can't utilize the units you have as you progress and everything. Of course, it's not the most optimal way of doing things in this game, but it's your account, man. So you still want to do what you want to do all at the end of the day. Now, of course, 2 of the easiest units to build, and I say 3 just because how much they give us the pieces for them through the events and the quest and the missions and all of that stuff will have to be an Enigma after completing the first part of the quest. When you unlock him, the second part is all about him, but during the first part of the quest is Stealth Elf, and as well as from one of the events we have is Hot Dog. So easy units to put together, build. That could be three teams, but you still pull that 5-star. That 5-star, so you're gonna want to use your 5-star, right? So we got Spitfire here. So this is my main DPS. I use Stealth Elf pretty much mostly in my PvP. I know Stealth Elf is probably one of the best units to really start off with and grind into, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because I don't want to. Everybody's using Stealth Elf because I want to do something different. But that doesn't mean you won't progress. So it's really, boiling down and figuring out what you want to do. And besides using Hot Dog, I prefer Grilla Drilla. It was the first one I saw that happened to heal, and it's an AoE heal. And I'm like, I like AoE healing in my games, regardless if single target healing or is better in some regard than to AoE healing. I'm like, I want to do AoE healing because that's just what I want to do. And it worked out pretty well for me. He's a really good unit. I mean, I'm like that, what I've done, and just me building them and everything. The only thing I would think is at some point I will be replacing them, but that's okay. He's going to just carry me through these preliminary parts of the game until I either find no use for them or I just want to build something else because I'm possibly capable of doing so. So let's move on. So as you can see, my core kind of setup is pretty much Spitfire, Grilla, and Enigma. So they the ones that's practically carrying me through the content, the ones that I'm focusing on and building and doing as much as I can with for the most part, while I level and grind some of the other Skylanders that I want to use later on, or when I want to just change up the strategy or do something different. So I'm not putting a lot of focus on those other units, but it's some effort into them while I still work on the main team to carry me through the content until they can't carry me anymore. Now we get to the point of where should we be farming? Where we should be farming. So let's go check out some of that. To make things easy for you, it should be using something along the lines of a 2-star unit or whatever. For me, I would probably come to the story part 7, the Rainbow Valley, because I know this is where I will get pieces for Grilla whenever I'm farming for Grilla pieces, so I can take Grilla to that next level and get them stronger and all of that. Currently, what I'm working on personally is my villain, which I'm spending most of my time in the normal stage of the first area, which gives me Chompy. And I chose Chompy over Broccoli Guy because I mean I'm using Gorilla as my main source of heals, and I kind of like personally want that defense break, even though it's just a single target and it's not AOE. It's still a defense break, so it's like that's still good in my eyes. Um, and with my own opinion, I just figured that will be better for what I'm going for personally with my account. Now you can definitely do something different. Now I'm not saying Broccoli Guy isn't bad because Broccoli Guy, once you put the investment in, from what I've heard, is good. But you know, I'm still learning, just like you're still learning. But I'm just giving you tips from what's getting me into the game and what's progressing me further right now. So that's just what that is. So this is my guy Choppy, and I mean he does a little bit of damage. I kind of like him. I've been working on him pretty diligently, wanting to get him, you know, is maxed out as much as I well. He's currently maxed out, but getting him. So we need to get more pieces so we can evolve them, but we do got to power them up. I think one more time. So a few more pieces to power them up one more time, and then we'll be able to evolve them, and we'll finally have them at a 3-star. Yeah, at a 3-star, which will take us to that next level of progression. Get that more power. We'll be even more perfect. So that's kind of where you want to spend like a lot of your time is in the adventure area. The distorted dimensions is okay, but it's like if you're not really grinding for like skill ups and you really don't need to grind for skill ups like right off the bat. At least not personally. I think the only thing I did put skill ups into it was Gorilla, but it's not and that's just to make sure his heals was as strong as I needed them to, because I didn't want to put investment into Broccoli Guy. Get a lot of experience, especially once you start farming on normal. You get like a lot of experience, put the 10 times battle on, you know, watch you some me on YouTube and let your little guys go ahead and do their little Skylander thing and beat up on somebody. Yeah, you get the experience, you level up, you get your pieces, and you keep it moving. And then you can sell all that junk that you get afterwards, because by now you probably already got you a decent set of rooms to work with, so you can just keep it moving, and it's just the basis of that. For most of us, we're not going to be able to really do much with 4 stars and 5 stars because skill ups are extremely expensive and these are really rare and hard to come by, which I just figured out. So you won't be doing much on skilling up things like early on. So like the skill ups I did do into Gorilla's heal, like that's where it pretty much ends at. Like at this point I probably get the last skill up into his heal just to max it out and then call it quits, because I've made the investment already, so might as well keep going with what I did. Right. So skilling up is not really the thing you're going to be going for, but you definitely want to power up your units and everything. But even so, the 5 star is still going to be ridiculously hard to do, because getting those pieces is already rare in its own. 4 stars not so much so, but still also pretty rare, because you have to do it 5 times, and once you get it powered up 5 times, then you can evolve them. So that take them for the current star grade that they are. Like he's a 4 star now. Once I get him max level and get him powered up +5, which will be his next one, then I can take him from a 4 star to a 5 star. Same for my Enigma and whatever other units that I'll be building. So that's kind of what you shooting for. So since like a unit like Gorilla is easier to obtain, you could focus in, grind, and get those pieces and get him leveled up faster than you could get any of the other ones. The same way as Stealth Elf. It's like you pretty much set up to be able to level up Stealth Elf, and once you get strong enough, you can pretty much level up Enigma in the same way. So having like 2 stars, taking 2 stars or whatever to those next levels, or even 1 stars for that matter, will be a lot easier, because a lot of them are farmable, and when they're farmable, you can build them fast, you can level them fast. You just gotta grind and put the work in to do it, and then you'll be able to progress a lot faster than if you were to just focus in on like 3-5 stars if you're welling out there. And I know a lot of you out there welling. We're playing now. We're playing. But what it all boils down to is the room quality. If your room's not doing anything, then you're not doing anything. Now, I did kind of have my rule of thumb of where I wouldn't take 3 stars past +6, but then I was like, all right, I'm not getting any further. I can't really farm for anything that's better without putting a lot of work into it, and I don't think it's worth it from where I'm at. So I took them to +9. But then I got into a couple more humps, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take everything I can to 12 just to see how it was. Now I'm definitely not gonna max them out, and I wouldn't recommend this method anyway. But I think probably at the most 12 will be it because I've already been there. But I really wouldn't want to take them past 9 now. And like 4 stars, is. Do you got a 4-star thing? 4 stars on. Okay, yeah, 4 stars. Yeah, I would take to 9 normally, but I'm like, since I'm taking 3 stars to 9, then 4 stars probably should just go ahead and go to 12. But then I'm taking a few of my 3 stars to 12 because it's like I just need to get those extra stats just so I can get past those little parts. And I was able to clear some of it, but it's like I'm making that slow itching. So it's like, all right, now I just need to focus in on getting Grilla as good as he is. We already got Enigma +5, so I can get Enigma 5-star eventually because we got his power complete. So once we get past the next portion, because we gotta level him up max, which he's close to that, and then we already close to those pieces, but I believe we need 60, and that's just 50. So we have some grinding to do, and we get 80 here on this one. So once we get through all of these parts of the quest, then I'll be able to make him a 5-star, which shouldn't take long. So I just have to make those little adjustments and keep pushing in that direction, and then I'll be up there too. So I hope this has been beneficial for somebody out there, and let's keep it going. And I kind of see you out there. You watching. You lurking. You in the cosmos, man. Hit that subscribe button, man, so you can get more content from me and all that good stuff as well. And make sure you go ahead and follow me at twitch.tv/GamerDude2088 and catch me live so you can see all the stuff happen. Get lost in the sauce out here, man. And that's how we do it here in 2088 land. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.